everyone, welcome back to the channel everybody. We were gone for so long. I know I was supposed to make one new recipe every day this month, but due to some health conditions we were not able to do so. So this is what exactly happened. 29th of March, Faraz tells me in the afternoon that when he's peeing blood, and I asked him to show me the next time that he pees before flushing. So that night after dinner, he probably went to pee, and then he would have peed blood, and he called me to see. And the moment I saw, it was like it was just blood. I was terrified and I was scared, and he told me that this was happening since last 4 days. And that day, after seeing that amount of blood, I was terrified, and I was like so scared. I told him that I know nothing's wrong with you or no signs of any illness, but I still want you to go and get it checked. So he was like, let's go tomorrow, I'll probably book an appointment tomorrow. I'm like, no, we are going to emergency today because I need to know what's happening. And you said that it's happening since last 4 days. It's not a joke. And we went to emergency, and we found out that he has a kidney stone. And that same night in emergency, doctor started IV, and they did the CT scan, blood test and urine test, and they then discharged us after 2 hours and told us to follow up with the urologist. And the doctor gave us the urologist details. We come home the next day. I call the urologist and I take an appointment, and it was I think Wednesday or Thursday that we went to emergency. And the next day when I call the urologist, I get an appointment for him for Monday. So we wait until Monday, and then he goes to his urologist. So now the appointment is booked, and then we have this My Chart where we see this after summary of the doctor's visit that we go to. So in that summary, I saw that he has a 1 mm kidney stone, but I somehow missed the line which said that he also has a 7 to 3 mm kidney stone too. And even he read the whole after visit summary, and even he didn't read the 7 to 3 mm stone. And we were like, okay, it's 1 mm stone. We googled. Google said that drinking lots of water can help pass the stone easily. So then Monday comes, and Faraz goes to the hospital, and he comes home so disturbed. And I ask him what happened. He tells me that he has a 70 to 3 mm stone. And I asked, what did the doctor say? So the doctor asked him to get the lithotripsy done, in which they give shockwaves at the point where the stone is, and it breaks, and then it passes through urine. So we had to schedule that. In order to do that, the doctor had ordered to get the x-rays done. Now Faraz told me that the nurse will call tomorrow, and then she'll schedule the x-ray, and then I have to go and get it done. So the next day we wait for the nurse to call, but she doesn't. So I call them back and I ask them that nobody called us and we need to get the x-rays done. So what's the procedure? And the nurse tells us that they have they have mailed us the order. So it's gonna probably come in a letter that we have to take to get the x-rays done. And she told me that you'll get it in a day or two. So we wait a day or two, nothing comes in. We call them again. They're like, no, you should check in your mail, by tomorrow it should be there. We check the next day. So 4 days pass by. It's almost weekend, and I call them, no response. I leave messages on answering machine, no response at all. And so it was the weekend, and for us, friends were here, and we just suddenly made plans for DC. And for us was all right, like he had no pain and he was all well and good. And anyways, nothing was going to happen until Monday. So like we were helpless, we were not able to do anything. So now we come back from DC, and Monday I call them. I tell them that I haven't received anything in the mail, and like what's the next step, because we want to get this done as soon as possible, because once they get the x-rays, it will take like 1 more week to schedule the procedure. So they will fax the order, and he can directly go there and get the x-rays done. He goes that day at 4, and he gets to know that they haven't faxed them the order, and he cannot get it done. He comes back home. It was a weekday, he was working, so he used to go for his x-rays in like at 4. And normally the urology group closes at 5, and the x-ray was 24 hours. But until and unless the urology sends the order for x-rays, they were not allowing him to do it. I call them the next day, they're like, we sent it today, you should be able to get it done today. For us goes again, I go with him, still they haven't faxed them. I was pissed. It was Thursday, so Friday morning. On that morning, we decided that we'll directly go to the urology group. We'll take the print in the hand, and then we'll go get the x-rays done, and then we'll put the x-rays in their hand, and just get that done the same day. We got that done. We submitted the x-rays. Now I asked the urology group what's the next procedure to schedule the lithotripsy. She said once the doctor checks the reports, we will give you a call and we will schedule the lithotripsy in about a week or so. We're like, okay. I asked him when should I expect the call and who should I follow up with if I want to. They gave me the number. We waited Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I called them, response. Friday comes by again. I call them, no call answered, and I leave so many messages. So the weekend comes, and things happen what we were expecting not to. Like for us, was in pain since Saturday early morning, whole day, whole night, Sunday all day, all night. And he's a person, I've never seen him taking painkillers just for like little headaches or anything severe. He won't. He will bear it, but he will not take the painkillers. But the amount of painkillers that he was taking for the kidney pain, every 5 hours he was taking one painkiller. In 2 days he ate almost 4 to 6 painkillers, and I was terrified. So we took him to emergency on Sunday. Luckily we had some friends of ours who helped us take him to the emergency on Sunday night. And that night when the doctor checked him, he told that the painkillers that he was taking had affected the kidney negatively by 40%. And he was asking us as to why we were delaying on the lithotripsy to get done. So I told him that we have been following up for the x-rays and everything, but I don't know, for some reason the urology group is taking a lot of time and wasting our time and not giving us the appointment. They haven't even called us yet. That night the doctor tells that he will talk to them and he will get it booked. Then he discharges for us. We come back home, and the very next day the nurse calls us and schedules the lithotripsy for Thursday. So like we come back home, it's Monday again. The pain shoots in. He takes the painkillers. The doctor changed the painkillers, so he's taking another painkiller, but now that isn't working at all. That day went by somehow. I was so helpless. I was feeling so bad for the way he was suffering. So I tried everything, and that particular day, everything that I was giving him to eat, he was just puking. So I was just trying to give him whatever he was asking me for, just so that, some food stays in his system and he feels a little energetic, because he was taking painkillers and there was no food in his stomach, and he was just throwing up constantly. And that night, his back started paining, and he didn't sleep from 12. He also got very high fever, and I was terrified, and I called the emergency and I asked them that this is happening, and they're like, okay, you can bring him in. And we just directly rushed to the hospital at 3 a.m. in the morning, and they took his blood sample, they took his urine, and the doctor comes at 7:30 and tells me that his kidney function has been affected really badly, and he's at high risk of kidney failure. It wasn't there yet, so she's like, because we don't want that to happen and still there is time, we'll put you on the IV all day, and we are going to monitor, and we are going to request the urology group to come and do the procedure today itself. And so that day the procedure took place. Instead of lithotripsy, they did the so they do the cystoscopy that day, wherein they put a stent inside him and break the stone, and that procedure took 1.5 hours that day. And then later in the evening he was discharged, but he still has a stent in that he has to keep it until 11th of May, and then he has another procedure on 11th May where the doctor is going to check if the what's the condition inside, and they probably will remove the stent and also check and see how much stone is out, and how much more to come out. Tuesday night we came back home and we were tired. I was exhausted because since Saturday morning until Tuesday night I just didn't sleep, because how can you sleep all night when your husband is in pain? So I used to stay up with him, try to comfort him, try to do as many things as possible that would comfort him all night. And I didn't sleep. I was exhausted, sitting in the emergency room with him on a chair gave me a bad back pain, lower stomach pain, and I am pregnant. My stomach is getting heavier, and I was exhausted in the last 4 days. And I still did not care, even though I knew my body is getting exhausted. I did not care, because the amount of pain he was in, my pain was nothing in front of his pain. So I was just trying my best to do everything possible, and there was no way we could change our urologist, because we were stuck into a procedure. We had to follow up, we had to get the x-rays done, and that was the urologist that the emergency doctor suggested us to talk to, because they have a link up there. And we were doing everything possible we could have done. One of our friend was helping us. Even he has kidney stones, so after seeing his condition, he tried to book an appointment for himself and try to get the procedure done for himself as early as he can. And so every evening he was coming to check on Faraz and sit with him for some time after the procedure was done. And Faraz asked him that if he scheduled an appointment and did take care of his stones too. And he told that he tried and called every urologist possible, and he still got an appointment for after 2 months, nothing earlier than that. And he was telling that all the urologists are busy, so busy that they don't have any early appointments for him to schedule. So he has his appointment after 2 months, so there was no way that we could have changed the urologist at that very point because we were already in a process. Now when we come back on Tuesday after the cystoscopy done, on Wednesday morning a nurse calls me to schedule the procedure, another procedure for Faraz, to remove the stent that's in him right now. So Faraz was sitting next to me, the phone was on speaker, and the nurse tells us that she does not have anything available before the 11th of May. And she told us that if there is any cancellation, she would consider us and give us an earlier appointment for the cystoscopy to be done. But for as of right now, 11th May is the date for another cystoscopy to be done. And she was telling us that the doctor is fully booked until the end of June, and like they had to just squeeze him in the schedule for the cystoscopy to be done again. So this is everything that was happening, and it was my priority to first look after my family instead of making the YouTube videos. Hence that's the reason why I was not able to do everyday new recipe videos, because this was something on a priority for me and I had to take care of it. So I was doing that, I was busy in that. Like I was disturbed as well, because it is disturbing. Like kidney pain is so bad. I don't even hope anyone to suffer that anyways. So this was the reason why we were not uploading any videos. And yes, Faraz is all good and well. He took 1 week to recover well and he's still resting. I will still not be able to shoot any more videos for next 1 month or so, because I need to rest, he needs to rest, and we have a lot of other things that we need to take care of. So I also have some short videos that I have not edited yet, so probably if I get some time I'll try to edit those and put for you guys to see. But I don't think there's any recent updated videos that we'll post for quite some time now. Alright, so that was everything for today. Faraz is working because it's a weekday and he has recovered well and he's able to work, so that's the reason why he is not in the video. And yeah, thank you so much if you made it till here and for patiently listening to me. And yep, you guys stay safe out there. Corona is spreading again, and like the video if you like it, subscribe to our channel if you are new, and take care. Bye.